They say alchemy is the art of turning lead into gold. But what if I told you that's only a fragment of the truth? What if the real secret of alchemy was never about metal at all, but about you? For centuries, alchemists spoke in symbols and cryptic riddles, hiding their knowledge in dusty manuscripts, strange diagrams, and whispered initiations. Why? Because true alchemy isn't about wealth or power, it's about transformation, a process so profound that those who truly understood it saw reality itself unravel before their eyes. What if there was a way to dissolve the heaviness of fear, doubt, and limitation, and refine your very soul into something luminous and untouchable? What if the ancient alchemists weren't just chemists, but mystics, philosophers, and spiritual warriors who discovered a hidden path to enlightenment? Tonight, we're venturing deep into the forgotten chambers of the alchemist's mind. We'll uncover the real meaning behind the Philosopher's Stone, the great work, and why this knowledge was deliberately obscured from the world. Because once you see the truth, there's no turning back. Alchemy is as old as civilization itself, whispered through the corridors of time by sages, mystics, and seekers who glimpsed the hidden order of the universe. It is said that the knowledge of transmutation was first revealed to humanity in the lost age of Atlantis, an era long erased from history, yet echoed in the sacred traditions of Egypt, Mesopotamia, and the East. In the temples of Kim, the land we now call Egypt, priests and initiates practiced the sacred science of transformation. The very word alchemy comes from Alchem, meaning from the Black Land, a reference to the rich, fertile soil of the Nile, yet also a symbol of the dark, chaotic matter from which enlightenment emerges. The Emerald Tablet, attributed to the legendary Hermes Trismegistus, contains the most famous axiom of alchemy: as above, so below, as within, so without. A simple phrase, yet a key to unlocking the deepest mysteries of existence. From Egypt, alchemy spread like fire through the ancient world. In Greece, it intertwined with the philosophies of Pythagoras and Plato, who spoke of a divine essence hidden within all things. The Gnostics saw alchemy as the path to awakening, a way to transmute the lead of the physical world into the gold of divine knowledge. In the East, the Taoist sages of China explored a similar art, seeking the elixir of immortality through inner alchemy, the refinement of body, mind, and spirit. But then, something changed. As monotheistic religions took hold, alchemists were forced into secrecy. The rise of dogma threatened their wisdom, and many of their texts were burned, hidden, or coded in cryptic allegories to protect them from destruction. To the uninitiated, their writings seemed like gibberish, obsessions with mercury, sulfur, and strange geometric symbols. But to those who knew how to read between the lines, these were blueprints for an inner revolution. Because the true alchemist was never working with metal. The real lead they sought to transmute was themselves. The great deception of alchemy is that it was ever about turning base metals into gold. This was the veil, the distraction, the riddle designed to keep the unworthy occupied, while the true initiates worked on something far greater, the transformation of the soul. To understand this, we must look at the central teaching of alchemy, the great work, or magnum opus. This is the sacred process of transmutation, symbolized by the alchemical stages: nigredo, blackening; albedo, whitening; citrinitas, yellowing; and rubedo, reddening. To the casual observer, these were chemical changes in a laboratory. But to the true alchemist, they represented something much deeper, an inner purification, a metamorphosis of the self. Nigredo, the black stage, is the breaking down of the old self. It is destruction, the dark night of the soul where all illusions dissolve, and one confronts their deepest fears, doubts, and attachments. This is the chaos before creation, the necessary death before rebirth. Albedo, the white stage, is purification. The soul, now stripped of falsehoods, begins to clarify. The alchemist moves beyond suffering, seeking wisdom and illumination. This is where one begins to understand that reality is not what it seems. Citrinitas, the yellowing stage, is integration. The purified self now awakens to its divine potential. It is enlightenment in motion, the merging of intellect and spirit, knowledge and intuition. Rubedo, the red stage, is completion, the birth of the philosopher's stone within. It is mastery, the realization of divine consciousness in human form. The alchemist is no longer bound by illusion, for they have become the gold they once sought. These stages are not just abstract ideas, they mirror the struggles and triumphs of life itself. How often have you experienced a Negredo moment where everything seemed to fall apart? Or an albedo phase, where clarity suddenly emerged after darkness? The truth is, we are all alchemists, whether we realize it or not. But here's the question they never wanted you to ask. If alchemy is real, then what does it mean for you? Because if the great work is not about metals, but about consciousness, then reality itself is malleable, and that changes everything. For centuries, alchemy was dismissed as mere legend, a pursuit of fools chasing gold that never existed. But the true alchemists knew better. Their gold was never something to be held in the hands, but something to be awakened within. The great work is happening all around you, even now. Every challenge you face, every fear you overcome, every insight that reshapes your mind, it is all part of the alchemical process. Most people remain trapped in Negredo, lost in the chaos of their own limitations, never realizing they hold the power to transmute their reality. But those who dare to refine themselves, who turn inward and embrace transformation, will find that the philosopher's stone was never something to be found. It was something to become. So ask yourself, what within you still remains in lead? What patterns, beliefs, or fears are waiting to be transmuted? The work is not easy, but the path is open to those with the courage to walk it. And once you begin, once you truly commit to your own evolution, you will see the world shift in ways you never thought possible. Because the greatest secret of alchemy is this: the universe does not transform you, you transform yourself. Ancient wisdom speaks to those who listen. If you felt the call, make sure to like this video and subscribe.